Alright. Things going off now? What? Really? Talking, folks. Right off the bat, already a like. Thanks. I'm fixing this screen for y'all. Wow. About time. Well, I've been sick, so I'm not going to be talking a lot. Just listen to me and do the best I can. By the way, start sharing my stuff on my other messenger because I cannot use none of that stuff unless you put it on my other one. It's okay. What we got here is weather changing on us. There may not be a lot of people on today. I don't know. It's okay. No biggie. Because I actually get almost the same stuff you do. It's about to get much colder, folks. And here's the study. Here's the breakdown on that. Breaking news. Very hot weather is about to freeze. And I think it's because of he's not telling it, but I will. It's going to be the ash that's going to cover up the sun.
The QuickBooks Self-Employed app gives contractors and freelancers the power of an entire staff in a...
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today's upload is going to be an update on the potential pattern change that is becoming more and more likely to happen, and as it's becoming more and more likely to happen, it's becoming more and more stronger. So the temperatures that were earlier forecasted to be below average may actually turn out to be much below average. So this is definitely something we need to keep an eye on for, and we will in this video. I'll update you guys on this.
Thanks
but before
for the
we
like,
get into this,
Amy.
Consider subscribing to my YouTube
Thanks
channel. That's the button. All you gotta do, hit that button and you're subscribed, and that's basically it. You could also consider liking the video, especially towards the end. And you could also consider subscribing once you've watched some of my videos, not necessarily at the beginning. But you can see that right now it is fairly warm. Right now here in Chicago, it's 90 degrees. I know a lot of the Midwest is baking in some fairly warm temperatures, so this is definitely not the pattern change yet, but it will occur. You can see, right there the next day. This is during the night already into Monday. You can see that this is a cold front associated with some storms. It's right there. The storms are right there right now. And if I were to show you the radar, that's where they will be. And you can see that spreads down into the central part of the country right here. And first it is in the central part of the country. You can see extending from North Dakota, South Dakota, all the way to say about Ohio and Pennsylvania. However, then it shifts even further east, and some of the coastal areas of New England and the East Coast get into it, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York City. So those areas definitely will be also impacted by this. And you can see that this just stays along for quite a bit, and then at the around 120-hour mark, which is around next weekend, we might see a little bit of relief from the cooler air. I don't know if you want to call that relief, just a little break in the cooler air. And you can see, but the temperatures pop right back in. There's a swirl of cooler air right here in central Minnesota, the Central Plains, Central Northern Upper Plains, and there's another little lobe of cooler air by the Carolinas. So this little lobe seems to be weakening, but you can see it just strengthens back up, and that's how it will continue to do. During the night, it may not be that below average due to the fact that during the night it cools off anyway, so it's just calculated into that. Because another thing I want to say, just because this is below average doesn't mean it's going to be cold. If your average, say in Des Moines, Iowa, is around 90 degrees, and this is showing about -4, which is like 4 degrees below average, you'd come out at around 86 degrees. So definitely not cold, just slightly below average compared to what we have been getting. Comparing 100s to 86, that is a big difference. And most areas will even be in the 70s at this point. You can see some purples showing up. And this seems to stay along for quite a bit, this cold air. You can see the most impacted states by this will be Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, Michigan, Missouri, Nebraska, those type of states. And then, of course, parts of the eastern parts of the states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York City. But at the end, it seems to moderate more, but this is definitely going to be noticeable. And
well, that's what the scientist that I'm friends with in Berkeley, they're saying that that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen with the ash covering up the sun will really freeze us to death. I think it's gonna be just like the ice age, maybe worse, folks. I don't think nobody's gonna survive because nobody's listening and nobody's managing their money. Everybody's still partying like it's 1969, and I really don't think nobody's going to make it. I really don't. I think the ones that's listening and watching will make it, but there's going to be over 290 million people dead.
just because you're in the West doesn't mean this will not affect you. This will affect you, however, in a slightly different way. Just because the jet stream will be ridging like that and troughing down into the Gulf Coast states, so that will leave the West with lots and lots of hot temperatures to deal with. You'll have, temperatures in the 110, 120s. You'll have record breakers, and if we go to the actual temperatures, and you want to see the actual temperatures, you could see that these temperatures are going to be fairly hot. 112, I would not want to be in a 112 temperature area. But let's go from the beginning. So you can see right now, fairly warm.
Well, people that used to live in the, when they had horses and wagons and stuff like that, they survived. But the ones that's used to heat and air condition and, electrical appliances and stuff like that, I don't think will survive. I really don't. I don't think nobody will survive because they have not got solar. I guarantee you, nobody's got solar power yet, and nobody's got. Did you know the water has changed? Did you know anything about that? It's not even water no more. It's fluoride. I don't know if you knew that or not, but a lot of changes. That's why all the countries are trying to get together to figure out what they're going to need to do, because there's not going to be there's not got that many people are going to survive. I said 290 million. I said 290 billion people is not going to survive. Mostly chemicals and H2O. Yeah, I think Waterboy said it well. H2O. But look, I'm concerned about kids. That's my family. I don't know about y'all, but they're separating our families, our kids, to these punk ass, thuggish Walmarts that's closed now. And that's why I'm upset, guys. I'm upset, and I called it. I told you that Obama did this and they were going to blame Donald Trump when he's involved too. They're all involved, guys. I'm sorry that you've seen him sign the executive order on not separating the families and stopping prostitution. I got news for you. They're the ones that's running the guns. They're the ones that's running the child trafficking. They're the ones that's running everything with Jeffrey Epstein all the way to the Podestas to the Clintons. I don't know how to explain it. And they're saying they're going to indict Clintons. I don't think so. I really don't. I think they're going underground if they put them anywhere. And that's my opinion. And I don't care what anybody else's opinion is, because I've got evidence. I've got evidence from ex-CIA, ex-NSA that walked away from the pedophile government. And that's what people don't understand. That's why I'm under the radar on a game designing and games and stuff like that. By the way, if you're a Hulk Hogan fan, he did not go to the strip club to see Stormy Daniels get arrested, but he did get off the airplane in the same city where Stormy Daniels got arrested. If you have not heard the story with Stormy Daniels got arrested yesterday around 11 o'clock. Uh, Undercover cop comes in there, and what I'm hearing is the cop touched her because strippers don't touch people. It's against the law. It's against the law, and it's against the rules in a strip club. Because I used to work at a strip club at Charlie's Go Go on Minor Parkway. But after they closed it, that was it. It was 2006 Halloween. It closed because I was not there to shut down the drugs that was selling. They were selling in the bathrooms. That shut it down right there. You got cops left and right trying to come in and out to stop women from making money because it ain't just money, it's drugs too. But it's a lot of them's got kids, and that's what I feel bad for. This is the reason I'm against Trump and Obama. Obama gave the food stamps away to the illegal immigrants. Okay, reverse it. Fast forward to now. Now they're trying to get them out of here. It's not making any sense. It really is. It's not. None of this is making sense. And if you think that Obama and Trump are not together, well, you better think again because he's not going to jail, folks. Clinton's has not gone to jail. This has been how many years now? And he said they were going to go to jail? Sorry. And then the food stamp situation. He's taking the food stamps from kids. Kids, folks. It's just wrong. It's wrong. And they said the economy's getting better? No, it's not. No, it's not. Toys R Us just closed. 4 Walmarts have closed in Alabama. I think 5 Kmart's have closed. Guys, this is not economy getting better. It's crashing, folks. And I don't care what you think. There's no jobs whatsoever. The only jobs are left is ICE agents and trying to take your guns. And I got news for you. You take my guns, we're gonna put the gun in your mouth. You're gonna eat it. That's all I got to say. You're gonna eat it. How about that, Antifa? Because I know who's training with them. We know who's with Trump and them. Antifa. Antifa's the idiots that's been back and forth hitting people, getting kids getting run over and stuff. Hawaii volcano erupts. Breaking news just came out. I'm looking right now. Trump tells officials how Putin will respond to meddling question. Don't ask him no more questions. He's done with questions. Trump, if you ask any questions, he'll kill you. That's all I got to say, man. Prince Harry, you need to shave. You're a redhead piece of crap. And you're going to try to come after us. You're a piece of crap. You're having sex with kids. You're disgusting, man. That's all I got to say. I've got a lot of news coming out. Trump walks with the Queen in front of the Queen, disrespects the Queen. Well, it's about time. It's about time. In Europe, Melania is the Trump sticking to the script. I don't know. What did she do? What did she didn't do? I heard she didn't curtsy to the princess. Princess. Shoot. The Queen. I can't keep up with these princesses and prince and shit like that. This ain't freaking upteen hundreds. This is damn 2000s. Sorry, I have no respect for the Queen. I don't have no respect for the Europe. The people that's running Europe. I don't have a problem with the Europe people. they're getting crapped on. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And the Marines militia is about to take them down. Oh, by the way, if you haven't heard, Russia has got tanks ready to roll on Europe. He's coming to save you, Europeans. He's coming to save you from the crap y'all are going through. Putin is. I thought you might want to know that. Putin on World Cup. No wonder. That's why he wasn't there last night, Amy. Putin was at the World Cup. Alright, now we're going to go to the other one. Breaking news. Hawaii volcano erupts, creates new island. What? Creates new island? This is Paul Begley's crap. He says it's creating a new island. Have you heard anything about that, Amy? She's the only one that's been working with me besides Austin. It did? Wow. That's big. Looks like Bobby Roode goes to the third round. Golly, I can't believe that. So, okay. Alright. So, my map on my other YouTube channel is really telling the truth. Am I correct, Amy? So, I'm about to be 19-0 on the stories. 19-0. Holy crap, that's a record. That's two ahead on last year's stories. Okay. Okay. So Paul Begley's telling the truth. Alright. Sometimes I just don't know about him. Alright, well, we don't have Jim Beck no more. Jim Beck is gone. Glenn Beck. I didn't mean to say Glenn Beck. I meant Jim Beck. I'm getting my words mixed up because, guys, y'all don't understand. I'm not eating. I'm not sleeping. I am so concerned about our kids, folks. I am so concerned. Do not, and I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, do not take your kids to school. It's not the kids that's shooting at your kids, okay? It's micro drones. Go look it up. That's all I got to say. Go look it up. That's why I came on gaming. I'm concerned about the kids. I really am. People don't understand how much I care. And I'm not getting paid for this. Still, at least to keep your health up for everyone. My health is done. I mean, it's dead. I mean, I should have died in 05. I'm just here now. I'm just here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go to the wrestle. Look, I watched the movie last night. Good evenings. Good evening, buddy. I watched the movie yesterday. No wonder California is going in the water, folks. Have you seen the movie? It yet? Amy, have you seen the movie It yet? This is disgusting. That's all I got to say, man. Okay. Amy, it shows a clown eating a kid. More than once. I do. And I'll tell you why I'm starting to watch the movies. I'm investigating on something. I'm about to start a new series on pedophilia and eating kids. It's going to erupt the volcanoes. It's going to erupt the earthquakes, guys. California is going in the water. I tried to do a video last night and YouTube would not let me do it. I don't know how many times I downloaded that video and it wouldn't let me do it. Well, we need to warn people. Keanu Reeves tried to tell us during Christmas that the elites were been eating our kids. That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. That's Hannibal. That's the Red Dragon. If you don't know that movie, wait a minute. Oh my God. I just thought about something. The Red Dragon. That movie, Red Dragon, was made in Alabama. I don't know if you knew that or not. 10 active. Well, we got 6 coming. We got 6 coming. Oh man. 6 are coming, folks. I've already put out the names. Go to the videos down below on this live, and you'll see how many. I called them out and forgot what their names are. I can't even keep up, guys. You don't understand. Every volcano is erupting. Every one of them. I don't think there's going to be one volcano that's not going to erupt. I really don't. Thanks for the 3 likes. I'm still trying to figure out what we need to do on the cold. Look, if you ever heard of heat packs, I think they sell them at Walmart in the sporting goods section, where you go and camp out and stuff. You need some of them to keep yourself warm. I'm telling you guys, y'all need to go Christmas shopping a different way this year to keep your kids safe and warm. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. We're going to the next one. All right, a message coming out of Anonymous. No, that's not it. I don't want that one. Sorry. No, it's not. Never mind. All right. Trump, EU is foe. Okay, this is interesting. Dabo. All right, Dabo says EU is foe, but China and Russia as well. What? Did he just tell? Oh my God. He is putting his foot in his mouth. Is he really saying this? Trump, EU is foe, but China and Russia as well. What is he doing? What is he thinking? He's not saying North Korea is. He's saying... I'm sorry, I dropped my phone. I mean my phone, my tablet. My phone is over there. What is he thinking? I'm telling you guys, this is a 9/11 plot. Part 2. Russia is not your foe. He actually wants you to keep your guns. Guys, if you believe in Russia being the bad guy, you're wrong. Because I've got an email saying Russia says keep your guns or your government's going to kill you. That's what he said. That's what Putin said in his own words. So keep your guns, folks. I agree with China and the EU, but not Russia. What's he thinking? He's about to meet Russia tomorrow. I have a feeling somebody's dying tomorrow.
Toyota's big one. No money down when you drive new 2018 Camry. Well, apparently Trump just made some comments at this Scottish golf course in terms of the EU, China, and Russia, and coupling them all together. Now, here recently, he had made the statement and said, either you guys can...
That makes sense. Scottish. He's to Scotland. He's from Scotland. His mom and dad is from Scotland. Marion Christ is his dad. Go look it up, folks. Y'all gonna freak out when you see it. It's there. No doubt. Trump is from Scotland and he's at a Scottish golf course. Makes sense.
help us in terms of trade, or we're going to take away our military support. And they're like, you can't do that. And he was just like, watch me. Of course, tough talk, playing hardball, that is how Trump operates. That's the you're fired type of mentality that has always been there with him and that they made famous throughout his television shows. That's the hardball tactic he's taking to the table in all of these
It's gonna kill him.
cases.
They're gonna kill
Some
him.
view that as good, some view that as bad. We're not going to know until the smoke settles in the end, either way it goes. And he's basically saying that we have a lot of foes. And this is where others are saying, hold on, dude, you don't have a whole lot of allies left. You might want to calm down a little bit. Instead of barking at Canada and Ireland and the UK and all this. And this is what they're saying.
Wow.
And then he returns and says, okay, for all of you that are in the European Union, I see you as a foe. What they do to us in trade? Now, you wouldn't think it's the European Union, but they're a foe. That's what he said.
Wow.
Russia is a foe in certain respects. This is what he says. In certain respects. He goes on to state that China is a foe economically.
Wow.
Certainly they are a foe, he says, but that doesn't mean that they are bad here on this world stage. Stating that all three of these big entities, EU, China, and Russia, he has them in the same basket, saying that they're foes, but it doesn't mean that they're bad. So, just some of the latest comments made here. Where it will go from here, yet to be seen. Wanted to make note of it. See where it goes from here. I'll leave a link. Follow me on Twitter for the latest.
I called it, Amy. I called it. What did I tell you was going to happen? He was, look, and I don't know if you know this, but the Trump that you've seen on TV had the red tie. What did Ben Carson say? We've got two Trumps. The red tie is the bad one. The blue one is the good one. This is crazy, folks. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's about to get worse. As the planet's about to line up, we're waiting on Venus. Venus is getting in place right now. And when Venus gets in place, welcome to your 2012 movie in real life. That's all I got to say. So California, if you're listening, you don't got enough. You don't got a lot of time. You've only got 12 days left. I would get out of there by the 27th. I have a feeling something bad's about to happen. I got them goosebumps. I've been feeling it for, I don't know, a couple of years now. But I've been warning everybody for almost 4 years. Probably longer than that. 8 years, I know, since they started YouTube and then trolling me on YouTube. I think it was 2012, somewhere in there, is when they put in the first video on me, and that's when I told them, get ready. I think they thought I was crazy, but I don't care, because look who's crazy now. Look at all the volcanoes erupting. They're getting peeps out of Yellowstone. I know. Yes, they are. You're right. You're right. You're right, Holly. I did put that out there on one of my videos. I forgot which video I put it on. Then forgot which channel I'm putting it on, because I hate having two channels, guys. I really do. I didn't want to have two channels. I'm going to be suspended for at least 3 months. Is what I'm hearing. 90 days. And then I'll be coming right back to my first channel. And that's my baby. Golly, thank you for the subscribers on both. I've noticed both of y'all, all of y'all are subscribing to both of the channels. The same people are subscribing to the same channel on both channels. So I appreciate that. And thanks for the likes. I'm working hard for y'all. Do you know what's crazy, Amy? It's the calm before the storm with the hurricanes. That's the scary part. After this dust storm clears out, get ready. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. That's all I got to say. Batten down the hatches. The hurricanes are going to get worse. And all I can say is, what happened? Did I mess up? Cord went out. Okay. Well, what happened? Huh. Did it just freeze on me? How about that, folks? It freezes in the middle of the game. I mean, the middle of live, I think. Nope, it didn't. Thank goodness. All right. We're going to keep on going. We got more news. That was interesting. Trump, you may have just put a bullet in your head. Just seriously, just saying. You're about to get assassinated. I have a feeling. I think Simpson's all right. Your mouth is about to overload you. Here it is. Open letter to President Trump. Sergeant report. If you don't know who Sergeant is, he's awesome. Here we go. And we'll be going to some WWE news in a minute. And with Hulk Hogan.
So if I want to get a good night's sleep, I have to pay $300 a month. And that's just not...
I ain't paying $300 a month to sleep. Stupid.
Just a quick video to check in and say, well done, Mr. President. You put Madame Merkel and Rothschild puppet Macron in their places at the G7.
Yeah, well done. You did a great job, Trump. You put your foot up your... put your foot in your mouth again. You're doing a great job. Stupid idiot.
While schooling social justice warrior and hand of the Queen, Justin Trudeau.
I, Justin P.J. Trudeau, do solemnly and sincerely swear that I shall be a true and faithful servant to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
By the way, that guy right there had sex with his teacher, the Canadian Prime Minister. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. And his eyebrow came off at the G7. That was crazy.
As a member of Her Majesty's Privy Council for Canada.
And then, while visiting the UK, you've reminded the Queen why we fought a revolutionary war by defying protocol and refusing to bow to Her Majesty, while your lovely wife refused to curtsy.
President and First Lady greeted the Queen with a handshake rather than a customary curtsy or bow. How significant is that?
Then, and I'll quote the Independent, the U.S. President was...
That means she just gave me, I'm giving her props. That's what I'm giving her. Holy cow, did you hear that? Melania Trump. All I got to say is awesome. Awesome work. Holy cow, that's awesome. I don't know if she did it on purpose or Trump told her to or what, but that's great. Great news.
Condemned on social media for walking in front of the Queen as they inspected a guard of honor of the Coldstream Guards, which left the Queen having to decide which side of him to go as she caught up to walk alongside him. There's a new sheriff in town, as they say. It's clear the Queen's puppet, Prime Minister Theresa May, wants to wiggle out of Brexit and defy the will of the people, something that troubles you.
Well, think about it. Putin told Trump that Princess Diana was raped, murdered, and killed before she even left the castle. She got in that vehicle. She was already raped in the dungeon. That's by the whole family.
Well, I think the deal that she's striking is not what the people voted on. It's a much different deal than the people voted on. It was not the deal that was in the referendum.
And you're sounding more like rabble-rouser and Brit patriot Nigel Farage every day.
Do you know, every one of those people out there are the same people that go on the anti-Brexit marches. It's just the same crowd.
So what? The President and the Sun obviously took Theresa May to task.
Yeah.
I told her how to do it. She didn't do it right. She didn't.
Truth of it is, Trump believes in Brexit. The whole administration believes in Brexit. Why? Because they believe in nation states. Why? Because they understand that the European Union is the epicenter of the globalist project. That's what Hillary was for. That's what Donald was against. That's what the election was about.
Of course, We understand why the Queen and her government would water down Brexit to the point of obsolescence, as Harley Schlanger from LaRouche recently explained in my SG Report interview with him.
The Queen doesn't give a damn about the people of the United Kingdom. She never has. The royals have always ruled a global empire. And previously, that empire was based on British sea power and British military power. After World War II, it became the power of offshore banking, the Channel Islands, the Guernsey and Jersey Islands, the shadow banking system, the looting of the world, most of which ends up in British or British connected banks. And these are the banks that fund terrorism, they fund international drug trade, they always have. Hong Kong Shanghai Bank is a perfect example.
And yet, no matter what good you do, Mr. President,
We're like the piggy bank that everybody's robbing, and that ends.
I still get comments and emails like this one about you and Hillary Clinton, which reads in part, quote, "Two heads of the same snake. It's a big club, and we ain't in it. One big psyop scam on the American people. Trump is not representing the best interests of Americans. Israel first, America last." End quote. America.
And that is true. And I did put that on the thumbnail, that thing, that was the letter to Trump. And people wanted to see it. That is the thumbnail. If you want to, you can back out and then go back into the video and pause it and see the thumbnail, and you can, get a picture of it if you want to, or I'll put it on my Facebook. It don't matter for you. But that right there could be the clue of what's about to happen. Because if you've not noticed, all the other presidents have robbed us and gave all the other countries everything else. But Trump has too. That's the thing y'all don't understand. Everything that y'all are believing in right now on the news or on the fake news is nothing but lies. And everything is lies right now. Everything. There's nothing truth. But the only truth that's coming out right now is these planets lining up and Wormwood getting closer. And that's all I can say.
Last, huh?
As an example, the European Union is brutal to the United States. They don't take, and they understand that. They know it. When I'm telling them, they're smiling at me. It's like the gig is up. It's like the gig is up.
Unlike the hopelessly corrupt, evil, treacherous Rothschild puppet you defeated, you do not have two policy positions, one public and one private, as she explained to her Goldman Sachs crowd in a $250,000 paid speech. And unlike Mr. Trudeau in Canada, you have not sworn an oath of fealty to the Queen of England with a pledge to keep secret from the people anything you discuss with her.
I shall keep secret all matters committed and revealed to me in this capacity, or that shall be secretly treated of in council. Generally, in all things, I shall do as a faithful and true servant ought to do for Her Majesty, so help me God.
And unlike the previous American imposter president, you refuse to bow, kneel, or grovel to foreign dignitaries. President Trump, despite the whining of your harshest critics, you do appear to truly care about maintaining, restoring the sovereignty of the United States of America and returning honor and dignity to the people's house.
And it was an incredible reception that he received there. And I think they all know they're in the presence of a lion, a true alpha male.
And you have tread in areas your predecessors avoided or ignored.
Thank you very much for being with us today as we sign this crucial legislation to combat online sex trafficking and bring criminals to justice.
There is the biggest lie of them all. Because the sex trafficking is still happening. Everywhere. That's one of the biggest lies. And he's taking food stamps from families that lost their jobs by Obama. The steel industry, the coal industry. All them that lost their food stamps because they dig coal for these people that tried to slave us. They're still trying to do it as we speak. I appreciate the likes.
Where once there was a plan to bring our nation to its knees, under the brutal weight of what a former CIA director turned president described more than 200 times.
Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
That's when it all started. George W. Bush, after they killed JFK, George W. Bush said them words, the New World Order. And it's been going on for a long, long time. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it. Screw your New World Order. If you don't know how to take care of these kids and these women and these men's jobs, get the fuck out. That's all I got to say. I don't give a damn if you're from Texas, George of the jungle, right? You said something about the jungle in that New World Order poem that you wrote. Now I'm going to tell you right now, we're not doing it no more. The gig is up. The gig is up.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
You, Mr. President, seem very much aligned against it.
We are not merely transferring power from one administration to another or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C. and giving it back to you, the people.
We're going to give it back to you, the people. Who does that sound like? When martial law is in effect. Martial law is in effect. Bane from Batman the movie.
Critics say don't cheerlead. Fine. But is it okay to report on the good you do? Is it okay to judge you by the content of your character? Is it okay to thank you for not bowing to the Queen or selling our nation out to globalist forces like the bureaucrats?
I agree with you on the Queen. I really do. But you got to admit that you were involved with the pedophilia. Dude, we've got enough evidence. I've got you in the black book with Jeffrey Epstein. And Stormy Daniels is in the black book. Along with God knows who else. They've got nothing but elites involved. The Clintons, the Obamas, they're all on this black book with the Epsteins from St. James Island that has nothing but the Temple of Jerusalem and this sex island. That's what's sickening, and it's pissing me off that he's not saying anything about it.
Brussels, who control the EU, is it acceptable to observe your actions and then draw conclusions about what lies in your heart? We are a people who have been lied to and who have been betrayed for so many decades that many Americans still suffer from some hybrid form of Stockholm Syndrome. And yet, critics tell me you are just the flip side of the same coin we have seen since the globalist forces of evil murdered our last decent president. But I have to be honest, I for one am very grateful that this is your plane, while this one is hers. And God willing, while this is your house.
Thanks for the 7
Around
likes.
the White House. I just thought it would be great. So we have George Washington, Honest Abe Lincoln.
Hopefully one day soon, this is where she'll live out her days.
This is where those detainees live.
Okay, speaking of detainees, Guantanamo Bay has been cleaned out, folks. They've been working on Guantanamo Bay for over a year now. I don't know if you knew this or not. I've got a sergeant telling me they are cleaning out Guantanamo Bay, but they will not tell us why. We don't know if it's going to be for us or for them. And that's the thing, folks. If you're not noticed, I told you 2021 is rolling in fast. And the next president, the next leader, is going to rule this country. It's like the calm before the storm, just like Trump said. No doubt.
You can see they have a cot, they have a sink, a toilet, and plenty of personal items.
May God bless the President, and may God bless the United States of America.
Well, I hate to break the news to you. Obama is still there. I am upset about it. Don't get me wrong, but I have to report it because it's true. We can't sit there and lie to people. I mean, for crying out loud, I think you would be tired of being lied to. Hulk Hogan was spotted yesterday in Ohio. No signing autographs, no Comic Cons going on or nothing like that. But what is going on is Hulk Hogan coming back to Extreme Rules. The same deal. Okay? He got at his motel last night around 10:30. Around the time I think Stormy Daniels got arrested, but it was nothing against that. They weren't even around each other. Hulk Hogan, there's a storyline coming out about him saying that he was sorry and that he's going to work with kids more on this storyline. I don't know if y'all heard, but Barack Hussein Obama started this racist war with Hulk Hogan, and a lot of people said it was somebody else. Booker T even said he wasn't racist. What's his name? Dennis Rodman, said that he's not racist. It's bullcrap. Y'all need to quit watching the fake news. Hulk Hogan, I'm going to be honest with you. Hulk Hogan had no problem of racist. He works with black people, folks. So the racist crap is over. The gig is over. We need to start working together, black, white, Hispanic, and Muslim. Like I said, if you keep on fighting each other, folks, while you're fighting each other, beating the hell out of each other, shooting each other, killing each other, there's only going to be one man minus when there's 4 billion Chinese coming at you. Just like Red Dawn. Remember that, folks. What I just said, black, white, and Hispanic, and Muslim. We need to be fighting against our government that has made us fight against each other. For what? For what? For another World War I and World War II? The same story, folks? No, it shouldn't be like that, folks. This is where I get up. This is where I get up on the steering wheel. And I'm about to pass every one of y'all in turn 1. I'm the intimidator. Okay? If you fight against each other, I guarantee you China is laughing and saying, oh, this is the right time to beat y'all. This is the right time to beat y'all's asses. Think about that, guys. They're not going to sit there and talk to you English. They don't talk English, folks. They don't. They might text you, but I don't think they're going to text you and say, hey, drop your guns. Okay? Remember that. Talk to the people that understand you. You see where I'm coming from? We need to work together, folks. Just like in the movie Purge, the new movie Purge is going to have African Americans saying, why are we fighting against each other? And that's right. Why are we fighting against each other? Because our government told us to? The ones that took our money? The one that took our food stamps? The one that took our jobs? For what? For their stupidity? Think about it. Because it's set up. You making mistakes at a restaurant, spitting on people's food. Guess who's getting your job, ladies and gentlemen? You know how many people have been caught spitting on food on YouTube? A bunch. Do you realize you're about to lose your job to a robot from China? I thought you might want to know that, folks. I thought you might want to know that. By 2029, there's not going to be no people on Earth if y'all don't fight back. That's what I'm saying. 2029. Because they're bringing in their own missiles. They're going to try to cut the lights out on you and everything else. They're getting it ready right now. They're getting it ready right now, folks. I want you to know that. micro drones coming in to take you out. They're not going to say, hey, you're under arrest, you're going with me. They're going to hit you right in the forehead with explosives on that little drone. By the way, the drones are looking like this: bugs, insects, mosquitoes are drones. Okay? We're finding out bees are drones, which the bees are dying. So remember that, folks. If you see a bee out there, slap it. Knock it into its next corner. Because I don't think it's going to be a bee, folks. Our bees are dying. I want to see if we can find one of these micros. I really do. I want to find out what these spies are doing. They're spying on us, folks, with insect fake bugs that looks like remote control drones. Okay? That's why I came on here to tell you. I should have told y'all a long time ago, but I wanted to get more information on it. They even got spiders, they got roaches out there that looks real, and it's crazy. And they let them out during the chemtrails. They're dropping them just like that from off the planes. Okay? There's 20 states right now that has them. 20 states, including Alabama. Florida's one of them. Texas, Iowa, California, New York. There's a bunch of states that's got these already, folks. And there's about 7 billion of them. They've already built 7 billion of them things, guys. So remember that. They want to keep you in prison, folks, because they do not want you to see Wormwood coming. Wormwood's coming, guys. It's coming. And it's under us. That's why we can't see it. It's under the equator. And it's going to come from the equator where you can't even see it. And when it comes past us, it's like a ball. It's going to not scrape us or nothing like that. What's going to get us is what's behind it. The asteroids that's behind Wormwood is following this planet because this planet is like magnet. Okay? That's what y'all don't understand. Our planets are playing bowling balls with each other right now. Okay? That's what the sounds y'all are hearing in the background. It's crazy, but it's true. We got asteroids hitting moons and hitting other planets. That's what we're hearing and that's what we're seeing up in the air. Not including the fake aliens that they got out there with the drones. What you're seeing is drones, not aliens, folks. Okay? And it's coming from China. They're coming in and out of here to burn down y'all's houses or your trees or whatever to put you in a FEMA camp so you'll lose your life. That's it. I'm just telling you right now, that's their plan. So keep an eye on your stuff. If I was you, I would start putting gargle cameras all around your house to see what's coming. Get some spotlights out there like our house is. Okay? Because if somebody walks in our yard, it looks like a freaking prison lights coming on. I'm just telling you right now. Y'all just need to start waking up, smelling the coffee, because after this volcano erupts and this earthquake erupts, that's when I think martial law will be in effect for the West Coast, not the East. Maybe the Midwest, but not the East. It's got 6 more years. They can't do it all in one swat, folks. It's all in the Bible. You've got 6 years left for the East Coast. Okay? It's all set up. It's all set up by CERN. CERN Switzerland is pulling everything toward us. I want you to know that. Guys, I tell you what, the thing is, people don't understand this. And you can make a volcano erupt. Okay? Some of them are being erupted, by man-made, and some of them are not. Okay, we do have problems coming from outer space. That's pretty interesting. Okay, it's very very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next on this. What's the new? What's next on the news? Oh, I got a good one. I'll let y'all listen to this. You won't go through the whole thing, but it's coming. I want y'all to hear this. This is a good story. It's called Babylon, USA, in jokes. You won't go through the whole thing. We're going to go through spurts through the story and through the tournaments. Okay, folks? 6 people watching? Wow, thank you. 7 on a small channel like this. Thank you, guys. Check this out.
You all look great. The end of the Republic has never looked better.
Okay, that's what he said before he left office. The end of the Republic never looked better. After he said that, folks, he said, love you, and he kissed you with his 2 fingers, and he dropped the mic like pipe bomb on Manhattan. Remember that.
Folks, there is a new world order that's being created.
You know. It's not new no more, it's old.
We need a new global financial order.
I urge the international community to embrace its responsibility for creating that new world order. A new world order based upon collective action.
When our founders declared a new order of the ages, they were acting on an ancient hope that is meant to be fulfilled.
There is a chance for the President of the United States to use...
You know who's writing all that to these presidents and all these elites? Writers, producers are writing all this stuff, folks. Just like in the movies. I just thought you might want to know that. They're listening to the bankers, and the bankers are telling them what to put in the cities and what's going on with the other countries. Okay? Guys, I know y'all think this is not bad yet, but it's about to get bad. All the other countries are getting captive, they're getting raped, they're getting killed, they're getting molested, it's just complete garbage, and we need to be the ones to stop it. Like Wolverine, right? Or Roll Tide, or whoever you want to be. But Roll Tide, so whatever.
this disaster to carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order.
Where are we as we think about this time in American foreign policy? Are we at a special moment which is being redefined? Are we creating a new world order?
We're seeing a new world order now being built.
By the way, John McCain is faking his sickness. Just thought you might want to know that. He's trying to get out of the prison thing. I don't know if you knew that or not, Amy. But John McCain is a pedophile. He did have sex with kids, and actually that's where they found the skull of the kid in his backyard. So, there you have it.
World War II, the world order. And I don't think America can retreat from that. I think we have to balance and adapt and adjust to the realities and the currents of this new world order. We meet here at a moment of testing for Europe and the United States, and for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. You're about to graduate into a complex and orderless world. So I think that everything that we've lived and learned tells us that we will never come out on top if we accept advice from soundbite salesmen and carnival barkers who pretend the most powerful country on earth can remain great by looking inward and hide behind walls at a time that technology has made that impossible to do and unwise to even attempt. Because this university is blessed with a global vision, and so are you, its graduates now.
I believe we, and particularly you, your class, has an incredible window of opportunity to lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
What is the New World Order? Well, when we talk about the New World Order, what we're talking about is a one world government, a one world religion, and a one world financial system. Now, the reason why people refer to this as the New World Order is because if we think about it, the current world order, meaning the way things are in the world right now, is that we have separate nations, don't we? We have about 200 separate nations that are sovereign. They have power over their own affairs. They're not all united under one government. And when we think about the current religious state, we have a multitude of religions in this world. We have Christianity and all of its various facets and denominations, but we also have religions like Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and these religions are definitely not united. They're separate religions. That's the current order of things. Not only that, but we have different financial systems. Here we use the dollar. If we went to Mexico, we're using pesos. If we go to Canada...
You're wrong. You're wrong. He is not just separating religious. He's separating the poor. Remember that, folks. You are being lied to on every YouTube channel. Every one of them. I'm talking about every one of them has not said a damn word about poor. I am. I see the signs. They're coming after the illegal immigrants. People that don't supposed to be in this country anymore because they don't got enough chips. Come on, what did Obama say before he left office? Everybody's got to chip in. Everybody's got to chip in. I mean, I'm not that stupid. How about you?
We're going to be on a different dollar, a Canadian dollar. All over the world, there are all these different currencies. So when we talk about the New World Order, we're talking about a world in which there's one government, where there's one religion, and one financial system.
What does New World Order mean, and what does it mean for the future?
It means new responsibilities to keep the peace, because there's only one superpower left.
Of the many reasons.
All right. He just said keep the peace. like hiring criminals as cops to hurt the innocent, to hurt the poor people. They are hired a bunch of white cops to kill black people. They're paying them a lot of money too, folks. Y'all would not believe their pay. It's like they're military, folks. They're getting paid like military is. I thought you might want to know that. They're hiring criminals, prisoners. What do you think they let the people out of prison for? What do you think they didn't get rid of that Charles Manson guy? What was on his head? Germany, wasn't it? German? Huh? Oh, and I heard some idiot say, oh, Adolf Hitler was a good guy. Really? He just killed the whole city. 55 million people dead. I think they added up to 60, if I'm not mistaken. And they took all their jewelry, put it in a box, and sold it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Hostel, the movie, Brussels, Germany. Who is running Germany? None other than Angela Merkel, Hitler's granddaughter. See, that's one thing y'all don't understand. This has happened before in the 60s. As we're heading into the World War III, it's going to be the same stuff if we don't fight back, folks. If you don't fight back, you're a coward and you never should have been in the United States. And that's the way I look at it. Christians, you can look at me like I'm crazy and everything, but until they bring in the rapture, don't say a word to me. Because there's no rapture in other countries, and they're doing the same thing right now in other countries. Until the rapture shows up, folks, which I keep on hearing, right after the big earthquake, which we had another earthquake in the 80s, I think it was during the World Series. I think it was a 6.0. Guys, add that up 6 more times for this earthquake. Yes, 12.0 is coming, guys. It's not going to be a 9.0. The scientists are lying to you. Berkeley scientists are not. I just want you to know that. And they're using hydraulics on the West Coast. Hydraulics. Like a rocker arm. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's going to slam into your freaking earth. They're building it. They've been building it for years. It's been building like underground for a long, long time now. They're going to use that. No wonder the plate is slipping. People sends me messages and say, "Hey, did you know the plate is slipping?" Yeah, they're trying to warm it up. They're getting it ready for the big one. The big one is going to be ugly, guys. It's going to be ugly. Why do you think they've been burning you out of your houses? To get you out of there. Why do you think Colorado's getting burned out? To get you out of there. Why do you think Oregon and Seattle is being burned out of their houses? To get you out of there. You see where I'm coming from? It's all a trick for you to think, oh, the government's coming to help me. Which, that's the trap. You jump in like this, head first. All right, let's dive in. It's going to have pharmaceutical medicine and food and drinks and stuff like that for free. Yeah, it's free. But it's free if you paid for it. If you didn't pay your taxes and they know that you have not paid your taxes, they're going to kill you. Straight up. And they will know when they see your license, when they see your ID. Why do you think a cop asks you for your ID? When they check your ID, that's when all the killings happen. Go look it up on YouTube. This cop says, hey, I want to see your ID. And if he says no, he's dead. That's the new law by Barack Hussein Obama in 2012. Okay? I'm not done. Trump can't even get rid of it. Because Trump, he agrees with it. This is another thing. This was all a plan from 9/11. 9/11, folks. You see where I'm coming from? This plan, they blamed the Muslims when it wasn't even our Muslims. It was our own government. Peter Strzok, that's on the stand now. Just call me. All of them. That's why Edward Snowden and Kevin Shipp left. You see where I'm getting my information at now? The belly of the beast. You don't understand, folks. Clinton thinks she has won. Well, in the Simpsons movie or cartoon, she looks like she's dead because she's not even involved. Bill Clinton is, not Hillary. So the question is Hillary Clinton going to be the next president because she got screwed over? Only time will tell, but I will tell you this, ladies. She's not in it for you. She's not in it for you or the women or the kids. Guarantee you that, because who was running the presidential in 1998 when Bill Clinton got impeached? Huh? None other than Hillary Clinton. She is run already. She's already run as president. I thought you might want to know that. So before you think about voting, your vote never counted anyways. This is what's happening. This week, they're voting for everybody to lose their freedom on Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and other deals, okay? Remember that. Before I even say anything, thanks for the 7 likes and the 5 people that's watching. And Amy, if you're sending me something, I'm not getting it because I can't share it. Only on the other tablet. Okay? So, that's what I know right now. I got more information. But listen to this Babylon USA. Every time I hear something, I'm going to correct it. Or say, I agree.
Given for going to war in the Persian Gulf, one rings out for its soaring, if vague, ideals.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Bush calls it
Mr. President of the United States. Mr. Speaker. That's the President of the United States. No, it's not. Never was. I'll tell you why. He's a puppet to the 13 world banks. Your President of the United States is the New World Order. The other countries, folks, is not even a freaking American. We're not American no more. Never have been. We've been Babylon. That's why I'm showing you this.
the New World Order. What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind. With few exceptions, the world now stands as one. The world can therefore seize this opportunity to fulfill the long-held promise of a new world order. We can find meaning and reward by serving some higher purpose than ourselves. A shining purpose, the illumination of 1,000 points of light.
President Bush's New World Order is very much an evolving idea. He may be keeping it vague deliberately. In any case, it is easier to invoke than it is to explain or to implement.
Obviously, they are talking about globalization. They're talking about the merging of nations and of continents.
Another thing, Bush, Alex Crawley is family of the Bushes. There's your New World Order.
Under an economic system, under a military system, and a governmental system, all of which, of course, the elite would control for their own purposes.
The president first spoke of a new world order amid the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, the revolutions of 1989. But critics observe it is more than just the absence of the Cold War. It is building new institutions to manage crisis and change.
if you look at the speech that George Bush made in context, where he talks about a new world order, he's referring to a world where the United States is the one superpower. You see, there used to be two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. But when the Soviet Union fell, you're left with one superpower in the world, the United States. And when the global elites like, George W. Bush or Bill Clinton or any of these people use the term New World Order, that's what they're referring to. That's what they mean by it.
In the wake of the Cold War, in a world where we are the only remaining superpower, it is the role of the United States to marshal its moral and material resources to promote a democratic peace. It is our responsibility. It is our opportunity to lead. There's no one else.
Do you hear what he just said? Democratic peace. When he was a Republican. Remember that, folks. All these gays that bought into the Democrats, you're a Republican.
Today, America is the undisputed superpower. We have climbed a high mountain over these last 200 years to attain that responsibility of being the world's only superpower. There is no doubt about it that today America is number one militarily, economically, scientifically, technologically.
We are the one superpower in the world today. Everybody acknowledges that. Everybody. That's not controversial.
I think it is accurate to say that the outcome of the Gulf War is confirmed that the United States is the sole remaining superpower in the world.
We are, whether we like it or not, and I like it, the only superpower in the world.
We are the only true superpower in the world.
As the world's only superpower, the United States has unique responsibilities that we gladly embrace.
Well, you are the superpower, but when you put 7 countries against 1 country, we're not the superpower no more. We are Superman getting killed with kryptonite. And that's what I see happening.
Our military has no peer. The odds of a direct threat against us by any nation are low.
We spend more money on our military than the next 10 countries put together.
It will be your generation's task to respond to this new world. It is America that the world looks to for help. The question each of you will face is not whether America will lead, but how we will lead. Not just to secure our peace and prosperity, but also extend peace and prosperity around the globe.
For the first time,
What did you say, Matt? For several years now, I haven't seen any... I can't keep up, guys. I can't read it good. Transgenders in Houston. Is that what you said? Just wondering if other states are also not selling them. Tangerines. Okay, I'm sorry. My eyes are bad. That's a good question. I don't even see them in the grocery store no more. I got you. I've got bad eyes. My left eye's bad. Sorry. Real bad. I had glass get in my eye in 05. But I do the best I can. I haven't seen any tangerines in a long time in our stores, and we live in Alabama. And I used to see my neighbor eat them all the time. So you might be right on that one. I know there's a lot of fruits and a lot of foods being called. I'm hearing they had to call out peanut butter for a while. And now I hear it's not even really the real peanut butter no more. That's why they called it. But I will tell you this, foods are being changed all the time. And I don't know if you know this or not, But we've been getting a lot of our food from Russia with all this fighting and arguing and everything. We don't need to do that with Russia because Russia has actually been providing us food, folks. Okay? McDonald's is not even American foods, it's China. So I thought you might want to know that. Yeah, the milk is not the same no more. We're getting our milk from Mexico. There is a store called, it's a Germany store. It's ADL. We get in Birmingham. And that's a German store. So I'm just telling you straight up, folks. While you're sitting there talking crap to all the other countries, believe it or not, with the weather changing and everything, excuse me, our food is getting worse as the weather is getting worse. So, and last winter was the worst harvest for Russia. Just like in the movie in the 80s with Red Dawn. So remember that, folks. What I just said. Russia's not going to sit back and play this game anymore. He's been nice to us, and we're making fun of him, and we're talking crap about him and everything. I would stop. Y'all are poking the bear, and no doubt they're the grizzly bear in the north. They're the Great North. The king of the Great North. And we are the West. And I'm telling you right now, we keep on poking the bear. He's got a hell of a weapon to take out every country. And you've seen my map with the blue and white map, but the whole world map that I just put out there a couple months ago is out there too. So remember that, everyone. Remember before you start racist talk and everything, because that's a sin. You're going straight to hell for it. That's all I got to say. But that's a good question, Matt. Nice to meet you.
In history, we have seen a movement, a political and social movement that is truly global in nature. So it's not just a new order, it's a new world order. And in that sense, it's quite accurate because this is new in history.
When we emerge from this war, we will be the only superpower on earth. No nation.
Wrong. Wrong. Because it says it in the Bible that we're going to sink. And it looks like we're sinking with Donald Trump opening his mouth to every country that we're getting our food from. He don't know nothing, folks. Y'all don't understand. He is not any government. He's not. He is his own dude. Your fired protege is about to get killed. Seriously. Obama, you're a coward, and Trump, he just puts his foot in his mouth all the time. Bunch of idiots. We've got a bunch of idiots running the country, folks, and we, the people, should be running the country. We, the people, are paying the taxes. Remember that, folks. They're not. They're sitting around smoking it up, having sex with your kids underground and at these parties, eating pizza and hot dogs.
Since the Roman Empire will have been so dominant in the world as we will be on the day that this conflict ends.
If you look at the wars that we're in, 134 wars that we're involved in, that this country has made a decision to attempt to imperialize and deconstruct other countries, destabilize other countries, we can see that we're a country of war now. Why? It's called resources. It's called money. It's called greed. It's called all the things that they want to have that are not ours to have. And
remember how many military people got killed by Obama's administration with the UN? That's right. The UN used the drones to kill our own military, folks. Do you see why all our militaries are not coming home? Every one of them didn't show up. They said they came home, but I didn't see them. I didn't see nobody get off the airplane. Sorry, I didn't. And 44,000 of them were dead. I just want you to know that. Okay? Since y'all are in love with Obama and Trump, they're the ones that signed the executive orders to kill you.
Appears to me that if there were anything that I could look at that would show that there is a new world order, is the entanglements that the United States military is involved in from a globalist view that is killing people, destroying countries with no conscience whatsoever.
I'm going to show you today how the Bible actually prophesies that one day.
Here we go. I got something else to show y'all. And some of y'all kids may not even been around when this happened, and I don't even think it's in the history books. But this has happened before, guys. It's actually happened 3 or 4 times. Every time Wormwood comes around, we have earthquakes, volcanoes, snowstorms, tornadoes, okay? But we've never had it this bad with plants, chemical plants. Guys, I'm telling you right now, and Amy, if you can look it up for me, you're good at this Googling stuff. Tell me if there's a plant near Yellowstone. If there is, where I can see how the Pacific West is going to go in the ocean. The states, because that's what they're trying to do with Hawaii. They're trying to cut that thing in half so to go in the water, and when it does, big tsunami, and that's what I see happening. Let's go into this. Earthquake 1980. All right. The Great Los Angeles Earthquake, folks. It's not really the great one. Everybody said, oh, that's the big one. Everybody's going to go to heaven after that. We're still here. And I told you it was going to be bigger. We're going to feel it on the East Coast, folks. This is how big this earthquake's going to be. San Andreas, the movie, actually said that, if you remember. But I want y'all to hear this. This was actually 1989 San Francisco World Series was going on. I think it was Oakland or San Francisco Giants. I never forgot it was. I was a kid back then. I was probably, 11 years old, I think. And this happened. This is during a baseball game. Listen to this.
And home for the Giants, one of the most spectacular vistas on this continent, any continent. Downtown San Francisco in the background, and we zoom into Candlestick Park in the southeastern corner of this city. For the first time in 27 years, a World Series game will be played in Candlestick Park. The Battle of the Bay continues. Game 3 of the 1989 World Series, the Oakland Athletics against the San Francisco Giants. I'm Al Michaels. Welcome to Game 3. It's been dominant Oakland pitching, of course, in the first 2 games, so Roger Craig has made some changes in the Giants lineup. Ken Oberkfell, the great pinch hitter, will start at third base. Matt Williams moves third base to shortstop. Jose Uribe is on the bench. Pat Sheridan takes over for Candy Maldonado in right field. Now, the Giants, of course, are faced with a formidable task, having to win 4 or 5 in essence to win the world title. It has become less uncommon, though, in recent years for teams to overcome a 2-love deficit. Most recently, it was done by the New York Mets in in 1986 against the Boston Red Sox, and it was done the year before as well in 1985 by Kansas City against St. Louis. So the Giants tonight will be sending Don Robinson to the mound, and for Oakland it will be Bob Welch, and there's no designated hitter in effect in the National League Park. Let me turn now to Tim McCarver. And, Tim, we talked in Game 1, the final score was 5-0, but there was a key early play involving Terry Kennedy dropping a throw from Will Clark at the plate. We go back to Game 2, the score was 5-1, but there were 2 key plays early in that one as well.
Well, you don't often think of key plays in a 5-1 ball game, but let's go back to the top of the 3rd inning. Will Clark, the batter. The Giants have not had the lead in these 2 games. A 3-2 count, a split finger fastball by Mike Moore, pounced on by Terry Steinbach, the Oakland catcher. But look at the tough throw that he had to complete the play with Brett Butler running between him and Clark. Flash forward to the bottom of the 4th inning. Dave Parker, barely by inches, just misses a home run. Candy Maldonado with the hesitation, allowing Jose Canseco to score, and he fails to get Dave Parker at second base, so the Oakland A's take
I'll tell you what, we're having a great...
I think he just said it's earthquake.
Well, I don't know if we're on the air. We are in commercial, I guess. Yes, we hear you. I don't hear a thing. I guess Dave Parker. I don't know if we're on the air or not, and I'm not sure I care at the moment, but we are. Well, folks, that's the greatest open in the history of television, bar none. Open with a bang. Yes, it certainly did. We're still here. We are still, as we can tell, on the air, and I guess you are hearing us, even though we have no picture and no return audio, and we will be back, we hope, from San Francisco in just a moment.
We hope.
This is Cheryl Jennings in the Channel 7 newsroom. As you may have noticed, our power was knocked out just as some of the pre-game activities for the World Series was getting underway. That game is scheduled to start any moment now. Our power has been off for almost 15 minutes, and the reason, if you do not know by now, was a major earthquake, an earthquake which was felt from Oakland to Sacramento, as far south as Los Angeles. We have reports of major power outages in San Francisco and reports throughout the Bay Area. There's also major damage in San Benito County, south of San Jose. We do not have a Richter scale reading on that yet. The Office of Emergency Services is hoping to get us more information. Here in the Channel 7 newsroom, we felt a jolt, and we all shouted earthquake, and then it hit and knocked us off the air. It knocked televisions off of the stands here. And all of a sudden, people got very nervous and very scared. Now, Ana Chavez was out on the street, and she said that people emptied out of the buildings. Traffic was trying to move in the downtown area, and that traffic came to a complete stop when people started filling in the streets. Pete Wilson is out at Candlestick right now. Let's see if we can go to Pete Wilson live to see if there was anything felt out at the stick. Pete?
Well, Cheryl, obviously people are terribly nervous here. The power is off in Candlestick Park. This quake hit, as you have told people, just shortly after 5 o'clock. It was very obvious very quickly. The building began to shake. Frank Crocker was up on the top deck of the building, and it terrified people. There was yelling and screaming almost instantaneously. The cars here in the parking lot were rolling back and forth, literally bouncing on the ground as this lasted for several seconds. We have a number of reports. It's difficult for us to confirm these things. We are told that the First Street on or off ramp has collapsed a couple of feet, and that they're having difficulty there. As we told you, power outages all over. We've also heard of considerable damage inside the Emporium Capwell building in downtown San Francisco. You explain where the epicenter is. That is to the south in the San Benito County area. At least that's what they believe at this time. These folks quieted down very quickly, and they're obviously here to party tonight, but there is considerable concern because, as we know, a lot of the Giants fans are from the South Bay, and that seems to be the direction of the quake. So we've had quite a shake here, and from what we can feel here, at least one small aftershock that was at least detectable at this site. Cheryl?
Okay, Peter, thank you very much. We're getting a lot of information. There are reports of some injuries, minor at this point. Water mains leaking everywhere. We have a report of a person trapped in an elevator in Shelter Bay. A brick in Sausalito has hit a person on the head. The 911 system is down in some areas. Now, the important thing to remember is check your gas mains. That is the first and most important thing you have to do in case of a gas leak. You don't want to run the risk of a fire. Ana Chavez has just come in. Ana, do you have some late information coming out?
We are just getting reports from our crews on the scene that there is a major fire that has erupted in Oakland, at least one. We understand at this point, accounts coming in now, that the east portion of the Bay Bridge has been damaged. Again, Cheryl's advice is particularly important at this time because we now have evidence that, in fact, their fire has become a problem.
Okay, we're going to go to that. The people that I've been talking to in Berkeley are telling me it's going to be worse than the Bay Bridge is going to be gone. Okay, guys, everything's gone. That's why I keep on telling y'all, Californians, I care about y'all. I just hope y'all care about yourselves. Get out. Get as far as, that's how far I want you to be. Phoenix don't look good. Las Vegas don't look good either, folks. Las Vegas is gone. Look, I know all of y'all are not all bad. Okay, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all. The ones that's bad, they got their places. They're going to be put in their spot. Okay, they're gone. Every elite has just made their bed, and they're going to be laying in it. They're going to be laying their own casket underground. If you think an earthquake that magnitude is going to save them, this is the signs, folks. If you start seeing elites disappear, or talking about retirement, or something like that, that is your sign. Brock Lesnar is another big sign. He just walked out on WWE. I don't think we're going to see him again. I really don't. Who knows? Don't care if you want to know the truth. But if you start seeing the elites or the government people, see, this is one of the biggest signs I knew was happening. Okay? They moved the CIA from Washington, D.C. to Colorado. No joke. So remember that. Thanks for the 7 likes and appreciate that. Seriously.
Back and check with the desk, and I'll bring you any more information.
Okay, thank you, Ana. Now, of course, if you have some problems, if you don't know exactly what to do about your gas mains or the water around your house, grab your phone book. It's right there in the front because
that's another thing. Gas mains. That is going to be a big, big deal. It's going to explode. That's what I keep on saying. Y'all need to get out of y'all's houses. Y'all need to get out of California. Y'all going to be blown to bits. Seriously. It's not going to be like John Cusack in the freaking limo. He's going to drive all over the place. Like, that's a movie, folks. This is real. This is real life. I'm trying to save you. You need to get out. Seriously. Get out. There's not going to be no football on the West Coast no more. There won't be no more NASCAR. Las Vegas is gone. California is going to be gone. You might as well cancel football, baseball, basketball, and NASCAR. Okay? I thought y'all might want to know that. I hope y'all enjoyed my tournament. This is only round 2. If you want me to come back again tonight, I will. Just give me 3 more likes and I'll come back. I usually come back with 10. And I'll start the other tournament, which you're going to love. Who made it in the second round. If you did not see the first round, go to my other YouTube channel and go to this one. Rest in Peace, NWO Real News. It's got the first tournament. The first one's on there. Okay? And they're live. The live videos are the long ones are mine. And then the other tournament goes into this one. So I really appreciate every one of y'all watching. Amy, if you find out who's on here before we back out, I want to I'm going to read y'all's comments, I promise. Map, appreciate you showing up and answering that question. That's a good one. Holly, thank you for coming. Amy, thank you for coming. The women are absolutely storming my YouTube channels, I noticed. Thank you. Holy crap. I appreciate it. Thank you, every one of y'all. And I'm not just there for the women. I'm there for the kids too and the gentlemen's. That's, because we are recruiting. The Marines militia is recruiting women and men. They even got kids training, folks. But I love every one of y'all. I'll see you in the next one, maybe tonight. Just keep an eye, hit the bell, and you'll get to hear more. Because, guys, the storm is here. It's here, and it's brewing. And what Dutch Chinese saying, if I get on and he's live, we might play his announcements because the plate is slipping. California, it is slipping, folks. Get out. Seriously. It is slipping. Y'all, I love you all. Be safe. And thanks for the 7 likes. Love you all.